Alright, so blue-white hero. This is kind of interesting. I don't think I've ever played a two-color hero deck in this format, and we've played a lot of different hero decks. So the core engine, kind of what this deck is doing, is we have Dovin's Acuity here, which says when it enters the battlefield, you gain 2 life and draw a card. But more importantly, when you play an instant during your main phase, you can return this card to your hand. So basically, this is a card that allows us to get repeated hero activations all off of one thing. One thing that I will say that I think is probably a miss in this deck. Sheriff, you were okay with me making some changes before we jump in, right? I really feel like not playing Teferi is kind of a big miss. Like, it's a card that triggers hero. It plays well with our counter spells. I get that we need enough instants to, like, trigger Dovins. But I feel like 0 Tef. How many instants do we have in here? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I guess we don't have that many ways to trigger Acuity. D20 Bandit, thanks for the 11 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. I just wonder if not having Teferi is right. Maybe I'll stick a couple in the sideboard. I think I'm gonna stick a couple in the sideboard. Let's do that. Enchanted creature can't attack or block, and its activated abilities can't be activated. I think that's too cute. I'm gonna put. I think not playing Baffling End as a 4X is pretty medium right now. I think that card's really good. I think Settle the Wreckage is kind of medium, and I want a couple of Teferis. I'm gonna put 2 in the sideboard. See how that goes. Expose to Daylight. Artifact or enchantment. Yeah, there's no Tecatlis. I don't know that I want to fit Tecatli in. I feel like I want to see how it goes. Tecatli's like a really high variance card. So it's like a card that like sometimes wins the game and sometimes doesn't have text. Like we have Deputy of Detention as well. And Deputy of Detention's been really good in decks like this in my experience. Yeah, 4 formation with just 4 hero might be a touch greedy. I could see that. I also really like Warrant. Let's swap that a touch. I don't want to make too many changes before we dive in. I do like that suggestion. The rest of this seems fine. Seems reasonable at a glance. All right, let's do it. Let's update the stream decker and dive on into a leak here. Oop. I think Jeff made me buy packs on Arena for Abzan Heroes so he gets his cut. Put this towards JAC. Will do, Hickahawk. Thank you for the biddies. I appreciate the support. I think we're gonna try and play just leagues for the next week and see how far my rank goes down just sitting. We're at like 170 something when we stop playing ladder. I think this is okay on the play. Obviously, we need a 3rd land, but if we hit it, we get a pretty reasonable hand. That was the best draw in our deck. So let's draw a 3rd land next turn. If we draw a 3rd land to get to curve Dovin into Acuity, we have a pretty good shot. If we miss on our land, we're probably going to die. The sweet release of death. Country roads, take me home to the place I belong, West Virginia. Where are my lands now? I'd even take a mountain in my blue-white deck. Do 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 do. How many lands are in this deck? 25. That's a good number of lands. Yep. That's how many lands I would play in this deck. That is how many lands I would play. Deputy of Detention is great. Baffling End is great. Absorb is not so great. Seems reasonable. I'm gonna try my precog and put an extra Dovin. I think just down-ticking and making a bunch of tokens seems very reasonable here. And you feel the bricks hitting it. Well, so you need to understand, I don't think we lost any matches on the ladder today. Like, I'm pretty sure we went undefeated with both Bant Vanafear and Abzan Hero. So our cumulative variance is, like, due to catch up and screw us, right? Like, there's no way we can win that many matches in a row and not just get dumpstered by cumulative variance immediately after. We are not number 1, but we are top 200, I think, is where we signed off. None of those were the blue source or the hero that I was looking for. Alright, so if I Dovin down tick, they just kill him, right? So I should pass for now. This can kill Boros Challenger inside of combat. And then we can untap and play Sphinx. You've been summarily judged. Alright, these are my 4/4s. There are many like them, but these ones are mine. Alright, Sphinx, brick, wall. Brick, wall. Oh no. Actually, I guess that's not that big of a deal, huh? This is bigger than all their stuff. Wow, that's aggressive. I think I'm gonna block this one because it can make itself bigger than my bread box. Yeah, no problem, Dude Light. I had actually been looking forward to playing it again, so I was happy to cut it in. We had a great session with it, and I feel like we made some good tuning choices. Huh. Are they dead to this? This is lethal. This is like lethal in 2 turns, right? This gives them vigilance, right? Like, yeah, hit you for 10. You're dead on board. Go. Sphinx is impressive every time we play it. Just every time we play Sphinx of Foresight, it's impressive. Unbreakable Formation gives them +1/+1 counter and gives them vigilance. So we just like made these 5/5 vigilance and hit them. Then we're gonna hit them again next turn. That was sweet. I like it. I like it. All right, this is the hard game, right? The easy game is the one on the play. The hard game is the one you have to win on the draw. Yeah, and like, it's worth noting the reason why we actually played Magic that game was because the Sphinx on our upkeep scryed 3 and bottomed 3 non-blue sources, so we then hit the blue sources. We were already sideboard, Bastor. That was game 2. Stands great. Hero into Dovin. Let's do it. No 1-drop is absurd for us. Sounds like the music's getting weird. I think you might be right. If not now, then soon it's going to be weird. I just tucked this in. I think I just tucked this in. I feel like we're being challenged, chat. Oh! Oh, candy! Oh, man. Our opponent played around the Deputy like a good player. Rude. Rude. Why you gotta make good plays, opponent? Why you gotta make good plays? Can't you just be fast and loose next time? Jeez. Detention Dave to the rescue. Woof.
Let's add this back to your record of bad decisions.
No, I think I want to wait a turn, because next turn I'll have 7 lands and can deploy and replay the Acuity at the same turn. And, like, getting Dovin making tokens here seems appealing, because it buffers my health total. And they are flooding a little bit, which is good for us, obviously. So, I'm actually not going to play this one till next turn, because I get to deploy now, which picks Dovin's Acuity up, and then next turn I can precog plus Dovin's Acuity. And this is the part of the game where, like, my opponent just gets severely outclassed, right? Like, the average card quality in my deck is much higher than the average card quality in their deck at this point. I'm gonna keep all of those. Scry 3 to the top. All right, good. Are we done here? What are we doing with ourselves existentially?
This is no mere trinket.
Maybe I should have bottomed the second Dovin. I don't know. It's basically a build our own adventure book from here, right? Just kind of get to do whatever we want and win.
Seek to innovate.
Like, I could double Baffling End. I can make a bunch of Thopters and tokens and gain a bunch of life. This puts Dovin to 7, so he's gonna get to ultimate next turn and find us an Unbreakable Formation with which to dumpster our opponent. You know, OP value of their time is relatively low. I concur. See, concessions like that always kind of confuse me. It's like, well, there was definitely a card in your deck that could get you out of that there, right? It's like, How are we doing, folks? Welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good night to everybody wherever you're at in the world. Thanks for dropping by here today. My name is Jeff Logan. I'm a full-time streamer and content producer here on Twitch. I'm here playing Magic 30, 40, 50 hours a week. If you're someone who enjoys standard best of 3 constructed, this is definitely the channel for you. We play a ton of different decks on this channel, and usually we change decks every 60 to 90 minutes. There's a lot of variety. As always, a shout out to all of my wonderful subs out there. I wouldn't be here day in and day out without their wonderful support. Past that, I'd like to mention a couple of my sponsors here really quick. Quip. All right, wonderful, affordable, quality electric toothbrushes. Using my link bit.ly/HugoQuip, you can get your first refill kit of a brush head, toothpaste, and battery for free from them. And if you sign in at that account using your Twitch name, you can bump a deck in my queue by 25 points when you pick up a brush with them as a thank you for checking out the sponsor. BCW Supplies are the only ones I trust to protect my very valuable paper Magic the Gathering cards, he says as he throws them on the floor. Using code Jeff10 at bcwsupplies.com, you can save 10% on sleeves, deck boxes, binders, and just all sorts of other fantastic gaming accessories with them. Cardsphere.com will love to help you turn your cards into other cards or to other players. There's no haggling, and they just take 1% fee off the top. And of course, inkgaming.com will love to help you customize your gaming experience. Using code Jeff12, you can save 12% on custom playmats, mouse pads, binders, and bags with them. You can upload your own custom artwork or choose from the wide range of artwork that they already have on their website. Let's head on into our second match with this blue-white hero deck and see if we can keep picking up some W's here. What happened to Lisa? The sponsorship length just ran out. Not all of these sponsors that I pick up are like long-term forever sponsors, like Cool Stuff and BCW and Inked and stuff like that. This hand's sweet. It's got a Sphinx in it too. Oh, don't mulligan to Oblivion. My hand's really good. I want to play Magic. Does full-time streaming mean no longer grind on the STG Tour? Haven't watched in a while and missed the Kiki Court Spice. Yeah, I haven't really been playing much Paper Magic. Look at that. Let's find our blue source. And the small bits of Paper Magic that I do play recently, the NRG series, who's one of the sponsors on my stream, they do a Midwest tournament circuit. So those are much closer to me in my life. We do still sleep with Lisa every night. Big mean mono red deck. Alright, so what do I want to do here? I think it's just Hero again. We'll play Sphinx out next turn. Getting them to burn some removal on Hero is good because it means they're less likely to have double removal to kill the Sphinx. Although, Runaway Steamkin's very scary for us. We don't really have ways to kill this game one. They have a whole lot of nothing going on though, so that's appealing. If they could have killed this, they would have attacked, so I might as well attack them. Their hand seems to be very bad, so that's how we can beat a Steve King game 1. Yeah, we got 4 Baffling Ends in the sideboard, which will definitely be coming in here. Oh, I wonder if they have a Wizard's Lightning. Smells like it. Any idea of when you should be looking for the Vintage League on YouTube? It'll be up by Saturday afternoon, Nivik. I'm honestly kind of surprised that Hero lived there. And I think I'm going to go ahead and play Dovin this turn just to, like, get some token value going. Runaway Steamkin's one of the big reasons I ran Law Mages binding in the sideboard. Yeah, I replaced them with Baffling End, which is a very similar effect, but much cheaper. Like, 2 mana versus 3 is huge.
It's hard to be a genius surrounded by lesser minds.
It's hard to be a genius surrounded by lesser minds. What vintage deck am I playing? I'm not sure yet. Need to take a peek through and see what the 5-0 lists have been. Alright, well they are unstumbling here. Yeah, Nivik, normally I'm quicker. It just ended up falling in at a real bad time for me. Mage Cub, thanks for checking out Quip. I hope you enjoy your brush. Be sure to drop me a message and let me know what you would like to bump up in the queue as a thank you. I think I just trade this here, right? Do I want to double up here? I'm going to double up here. What a weird... Do they think they had something they didn't? They must have thought they had something they didn't there, right? I'm not quite sure what that Wizard's Lightning was doing. Oh, maybe they thought they could do both. Depose, deploy. Yeah, that can stay right there. This thing's gonna gain us all sorts of health. And then next turn it's lethal, right? So we'll end step, deploy the Thopters, gain 5, then untap an Unbreakable Formation and likely kill them on the attack. Frankie Peanut sorted out the credit thing. Thank you for the 11 months, Frankie. Welcome back. And thanks for the very generous tier 3 resub for keeping me around. Light 'em up. We're on fire. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Do, 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 do. Are they finally gonna kill this hero? We'll deploy in response. Oh, sure. You have been judged. Paying respects to a live one, loving the YouTube content as always. Well, thanks for dropping in, Dread, and thanks for shipping your Prime this week, and I appreciate it. Thanks for keeping me around. How to change your subscription from mobile to regular. I believe you need to cancel it in your subscription settings and then renew on the desktop. And I'm pretty sure you can't just change it. You have to cancel and then re-add it when you're on a desktop computer. Our opponent did mulligan low this game and had maybe one mistake that we were aware of. We'll see how games 2 and 3 go. I do feel like we got a little bit fortunate to win that one. Had a couple good things break our way. I feel like this is probably a precog out matchup. Probably don't need that card advantage at my top end. Unbreakable Formation. Yeah, I guess Deputy's not very good. It just dies to all their stuff. Yeah, I like that cut, actually. This seems fine. Why not use Unbreakable to save the Sphinx rather than deploy there? Yeah, maybe you're right. We're supposed to do that, right, Cap? I guess I wasn't thinking about Unbreakable as a protection spell so much as I was thinking about it being an anthem. In my mind, it had one mode, when in reality, you're right. It had a second mode that could have been useful there. Sure. I love this stupid bird. 27 in a row, Incendium. To Hexen back. Thank you for the 27 months. Hope you're having a good one. Yeah, that sounds great. I'm gonna bottom the Hallowed Fountain. Oh, they're missing a land. Well, that's gonna make this warrant real good. And we want to warrant the wizard, so that way wizard's lightning is more expensive. Any reason not to play the fountain top instead? Yeah, you're right. No, there's no reason not to. I just wasn't thinking about the fact that I was on the draw. Man, we are just on, like, a solid run today. We're feeling hot, hot, hot. Do, 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 do. We played a single bad deck today. No, so far we're 3 for 3 on all the decks we've played, being relatively sweet and feeling powerful. See, this is what happens when you don't have a Sphinx in your opener, chat. Don't we all just need more Sphinxes in our openers? I'm gonna go ahead and depose this just to draw a card, give myself my best chance at my third land next turn. If it wasn't for Kiki Card, I'd have never found this stream. Equinox, thank you for the 23 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. And Pigeon Squire, cashing in that Prime support. Welcome, welcome, folks. Thanks for shipping your Bezo bucks this way this month. I appreciate that. I would like one of your finest lands, please, deck. So I can send this naughty Vanguard to detention. This is that cumulative variance kicking in, right? Agreed.
No friend of mine. Look how far you've
That one. Send him to the principal's office. I can find a PO deck, Nivik. I like the Storm decks. I don't mind losing to sideboard cards. I've played a lot of Modern. Played plenty of Modern. Don't mind losing to sideboard cards. They're gonna detain Amara here and then smack the Rajani a little bit. Need to get some pressure in that direction so the Planeswalker doesn't ult on us. Well, I appreciate you taking the time to drop into a live one and send that Prime over here, Pigeon. Twitch Prime pays my mortgage. God bless. Anonymous cashing in those Beza bucks as well. Thank you and welcome.
Perhaps there is a peaceful solution.
What is in their hand? Are they just flooding? Like, they keep passing with, like, mana up and a bunch of cards in hand. Man, are we dead? I almost feel dead. I guess I'm gonna play this in down tick. Depends on what else they have. If they have more March of the Multitudes, we're probably done for. Definitely a matchup where the extra deputies are gonna come in.
Strength is born of struggle.
Thunk. I'm gonna do this turn. Just make sure this Ajani doesn't dumpster us. They must not realize they gain indestructible. Maybe they're realizing. The Abzan hero deck was really awesome. Okay. We've got 2 2/2s here. And, like, Dovin's Acuity is going to start generating some actual card advantage for us. Did they forget to use their Ajani? I think they forgot to use their Ajani, huh?
Until our paths cross again.
I left this back because I feel like they probably have another March of the Multitudes here. That would be one of the cards I could explain them keeping in their hand. Nope, nothing. Alright, well, I feel like we're solidly en route to stabilization here with this this Negate in my hand now too. This just bounces off of here.
Not just a gadget, but ingenuity.
Maybe I'm supposed to down tick and make a Thopter there just because I'm using Unbreakable Formation this turn. Man, maybe cutting the 4th formation was wrong. That card's real good. Put this towards the Mardu Desecrated Tomb deck I submitted today. Wish I could stick around and watch more, but lunch is over. We'll do Pengu Power. Thanks for the biddies. I appreciate it. Do I want Baffling Ends? I think I want Baffling Ends. Absorb seems maybe a little medium. Depose seems pretty mediocre. They have like Amara and stuff like that. Is this a Cleansing Nova matchup? I don't think so. I feel like this is probably for like Sultai or mid-range. Rather than aggro, it's a little bit slow. I don't really want to kill like my Deputy of Detention. The rest of this seems fine. I'll leave a couple Negates in because they do have like March and Planeswalkers and stuff like that. Hey Jeff, I know I will need to use the deck submission form, but how does Shalai plus Helm of the Host build around? It's probably fine. It probably slots into a green-white angel style deck just fine. Let's say yes. Let's say yes. Shalai, Helm, Deputy of Detention. That sounds great. If I were to do the Mythic Climb again, I would solve off a meta deck over the popular stuff. People have too much practice versus it at this point. Yeah, that's definitely playing things that are outside of what people are used to the play patterns of is definitely a leg up for you. once you have like Wild Growth Walker, Jade Light Ranger, Land War Elves, Merfolk Branch Walker, like the other 20 cards in your deck, you can kind of mix and match to your heart's content. The rest of it'll find a way. You're brewing Painter in hopes that Grindstone gets printed to Modern. I would be surprised if that would happen. Opponent, did you think we're playing best of one, or did my acuities make you run away and leave? Why is the timer so long at the start? I wish it would make them lose much sooner. Why? When was the last time Birds of Paradise was in Standard? Like 9th edition, right? It's been a hot second. For a while, they were on, like, Elvish Mystic and Land War Elves were too good, and Birds is much better than those cards. We had Noble Hierarch more recently, though. Noble Hierarch was, like, 10th edition. Whatever set Exalted had Noble Hierarch in it. Yeah, like, obviously, lots of things have been tried in different iterations, Yellow Driver, but there's a big difference between being aware of loosely what cards a deck plays and, like, having experience actually, like, playing against those play patterns. Birds was in M12? Oh, you're right, it was. M12 was a while ago at this point. Let's do the time out again. I think I just do this. It might be right to hold up Negate for their curious obsession. Rude. So when they go to enter combat, we are going to try and depose the Siren Storm Tamer, because if that resolves, it'll tap their only attacker, and then Curious Obsession will fall off. And if that doesn't resolve, then on our turn, we have a chance for Summary Judgment to take the Siren Storm Tamer out. So they have to counter the Depose, and they have to counter the Summary Judgment. If we draw a land, we can play Deputy of Detention. I feel like every time I feel like every time we keep an opening hand with 2 lands and no Sphinx, we just never hit the 3rd land and die. Ugh, it's brutal. I have Deputy and Dovin here, so maybe we have a shot, but missing land drops is going to be a tough uphill climb. If we had to land this turn, we'll keep playing Magic. Otherwise, we'll go to the next one. Hey, Jedi Jeff. I hope you're doing well. Welcome back, and thanks for keeping me around. Just trim a bunch of our clunk and bring in some more efficient spells. I like it. Thanks for all you do and all you've done and all you're going to keep doing for us. Keep being you, keep brewing sweet decks, and singing great songs. What's going on, Symbol? Thanks for the quarter of a year and welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Every time we keep a 2-lander without a Sphinx, we brick and die. Yeah, I don't think I can reasonably mulligan this. If, like, it hits a 3rd land, it's got a bunch of great tools in it. I'm gonna try and warrant this turn and then Baffling End the following turn. Just gonna warrant out for your arrest, opponent. How's this deck been so far? I think I can stamp exceeds expectations on it. It's felt mostly reasonable. There are 25 lands in this one. Yikes. Yikes. Come on. Come on. Can we please submit video of this stream? There's evidence 2479 and trial 862. The people against the arena shuffler. Shuffler confirmed flat. The truth is out there, chat. You're being lied to. The shuffler is confirmed flat. I want to believe. Believe. Yeah, I mean, keeping 2-landers has been working out real well for us so far, so I'm going to continue to do it. I'm the shuffle and I confirm. Every day we shuffle in, shuffle in, shuffle in. Beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep. Do, 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 do. Turn 3, Wilderness Reclamation. I can't play 3 lands in 3 turns, but they can play Wilderness Reclamation on turn 3. Sure. Sure. Alright, so Dovin's gonna go to 5 this turn, and then he'll go to 8 next turn. Then we'll get to ult him and dig for some counterspells. They actually talked about testing in one of the casual queues a game mode where the shuffler wasn't fully random, where it did some more uniformly distributed type stuff. There was a quote about it on one of the forum posts. I'm just excited I got another turn here. I didn't think we were going to be given the gift of another turn. Every turn is a gift. A gift from the Nexus of Fate.
It's hard to be a genius surrounded by lesser minds.
Yeah, I rounded out our last couple of emote slots with a pink hair emote and a Tempo Storm logo. So he doesn't ult for 2 more turns here, which means we're still pretty far off of digging for counters, so I'd be kind of surprised if we got 2 more turns here. Be genuinely surprised if I wasn't conceding this turn or the next one.
Have their uses.
So I elected not to cast anything here because I'm going to depose one of my own creatures to draw a card for a counterspell should it look like they're going to start going off. So I want to give myself a chance to draw one of my 6 main deck counters here. Clamster, thank you for the very generous $25 tip. I appreciate that. Whoop. Put this towards the Shalai plus Helm build around. Will do. Mana weaving isn't cheating if I shuffle once afterwards. Gosh. Yeah, we also kind of need to dodge blink this turn too, which sucks. Because if they blink Mr. Dovin here. Do you have trouble alt-tabbing out of Arena on Ubuntu? It seems to freeze when I do. I play Arena in a virtual desktop, so I don't have that issue there. If you're playing to win, you shouldn't concede until they take a turn with Search in play. So now, they're going to untap with Search and we'll be done because they're very unlikely to work from here. This Reddit article here describes how someone got Arena working with Wine on OSX. I personally have never used Wine on OSX. All my Wine experience is on Linux operating systems, which there's some parallel there, but the way in which you install software is a little bit different. Did I not bring in the other deputies? I thought I brought in the other deputies. Did I not? If I didn't bring in the other 2 deputies, I messed up. I'll be right back. Come on. Alright. If we win this game, it's directly because of the Sphinx. Sorry about that. My DX Racer is here, and I missed the drop-off yesterday while I was streaming. And they need someone to sign for it. Heyo! God bless you, little Sphinx. God bless you, little Sphinx. Land. Oh, we were so close to doing it, chat. The stupid shuffler wasn't flat, we'd have gotten there. Can we have a Jeff puts together a chair stream? Is that something we would like? I could probably manage that. Do I just jam this? I think I just jam this. Only if it also goes up on YouTube. I mean, I bet the sponsor would like that, because it would be a half hour or whatever just talking about their product. I think we're actually a favorite to win from here, huh? So I wanted to, they didn't play their enchantment the previous turn, Marty. So I kind of wanted to just, like, spend my mana and try and get to a 5th land so I can, like, play this plus hold a stroke up. How do you determine whether or not it's right to counter Chemistry Insight? That's a good question. So I actually often don't counter them, but because I had 2 strokes in my hand, I felt like I just wanted to use my mana that turn. I think I'm actually going to just pass here because they're dead on board, and I have Expose by Daylight plus a stroke for next turn. So hopefully they play an enchantment out and I get to kill it next turn. Do I want to stroke this? I think I just expose it. If they have Negate here, I'm sad though. I mean, I can stroke their next play. The upside to playing the 3-mana spell here as well is that countering the 3-mana spell means that next turn I can play Dovin's Acuity plus still hold up this Disdainful Stroke, which is appealing. No, I don't think that's a punt. I think it's okay. I'm gonna go ahead and stroke this just because I can't stroke a fog. Yeah, but if they have Negate, they counter my stroke with the Negate, and then I get to use the Destruction spell to destroy their enchantment. And I boarded on all the deputies. I think I'm happy with how I sideboarded. Let's click submit. Yeah, I think because of the way my resources are tied up, where the following turn I can play Acuity and hold up Stroke, but not the enchantment removal, means I'm right to play the enchantment removal and not the Stroke there. That's one of those interesting points about Magic, right? Like, if you think about it a lot and like go through lots of permutations, you could probably find one that's right, strictly correct over the other, but one plays around one thing and the other one plays around other things. Yeah, I think Cleansing Nova is just too clunky. That's true. We did win. We won that game because Sphinx scried 3 non-lands to the bottom. Have you heard about my birds? I said a bird. My bird's a word. I said a bird. Do 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 do. I think I need to keep this hero. I need a way to kill them. He's one. This one goes out to my Sphinx of Foresight. He's a real champ. He's good people. He's a good bird. The big bird and I we go way back. The big bird fixes my draws, chat. Fixes my draws. You want your draws to be excellent. Have a good one, Lord Adam. Marty with the sub-gifty. This card continues to be awesome every time we play it. I think I just have to do this. I know it feels bad when they untap and play Wilderness Reclamation, but I think it's important that I just, like, keep my pressure in play and actually kill them. Killing them before they can do relevant things is the best way to win matches like this. I agree, Corel. The priest is really powerful. I think it's correct to just head to the Space Jam here. And, like, if they combo me and it feels bad. But, like, giving them infinite turns while playing scared makes them even more likely to combo me. Ooh, that is, huh. Well, I'm glad Big Bird flies. Deputy of Detention is great against this board plan. Things that are worth noting. I think I'm just supposed to put another Big Bird into play here. And, like, hope we don't get Nexus. If we get Nexus from here, we're probably dead. So, like, maybe I'm supposed to hold up Absorb at this point. But two turn clocking them and giving myself a bunch of scries towards, Alright, we need one of these last 2 cards to not be Nexus. Alright, 3 shots at Deputy. I also get to, like, play Acuity and hold Absorb, which is, like, pretty appealing. So I'm not dead on board. And they're dead on board. I'm not dead on board. You're dead on board. Neener, neener. Come on. This is 12-17. Alright, dead time walk plus counter or fog plus counter. I guess we're not guaranteed dead to fog plus counter. Because fog plus counter, I could hit a deputy in my 3 draws or whatever. They only have 2 cards left. Things are looking good for Team Big Bird. They're looking pretty good for Team Big Bird. No! Oh, Team Big Bird! Team Big Bird! Team Big Bird! Ah! Team Big Bird! We did it! We did it! We did it! Hooray! Alright, my DX Racer is currently on my front porch. I'm gonna go bring it in really quick. When I get back, we're gonna play another match or two. Get my cardio in. You know, it's funny. The thought that went through my head when I came back down, I like signed the thing and I was like, just leave it on the porch. I'll be back up in a second. And before I had signed the thing, the dude was like, this is a really expensive chair. And I was like, you know. I was gonna be like, oh no, he knows it's an awesome chair. He's gonna take it and run. You're gonna take it and run. It's okay. The racer was okay. It's in my house. The doors are locked. I need a hero. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Being concerned about a package on the front door is such an American thing. Do they not make burglars in other countries? Is burglary an American feature? Seems like a crappy thing to be an American feature. Excuse me, sir. There's a warrant out for your arrest. Probably for stealing a chair off someone's porch. Runaway Steam King confirmed American. Steals things off porches. That's why there's a warrant out for its arrest. Topical. Topical magic cards. What are your thoughts on the 13 land decks in MTGA? I think when people are incredibly lucky, they can play whatever they want. Maybe I'm just supposed to hold up a counter spell here. I don't know, trying to hit my land drop seems good. Although if they kill this, I'm going to be in a lot of trouble. Second Steamkin, sure. I'm actually going to go ahead and absorb this, I think. And then next turn, I'm going to deploy the Thopter's main phase to pick my Acuities back up. Or we could do that. Good golly. What am I actually supposed to ditch here? I think it's a formation. We're super dead to a 3-mana removal spell off the top. I really can't afford to not block here. I think we're dead. I'm dead to Chain Whirler either way. Needed to hit lands a lot sooner that game. This deck definitely has a problem with beating Runaway Steamkin game 1. Just because you only have Summary Judgment as a way to really take it off the table. I guess. Sphinxy! London Mulligan when, chat? London Mulligan when? I think I actually keep that there. But if this had been with the new London Mulligan rule, this would be in our opener and we get to scry with it. Gosh, that would be way more busted. I'm actually going to go ahead and depose their Gitu this turn just to deny them the ability to trigger Spectacle. Punished for not being in the future, right? Are you off-ranked until the end of the season to try and rate it out? Yeah, I think so. Unless we drop like 400 or 500 in the next week. If we only drop like 100 spots in the next week, I'm just going to stop playing. Which is one of the reasons why ranked ladders are a little bit awkward. I'm honestly kind of hoping we drop a little bit, because a system that discourages you from playing probably isn't good. Ideally, systems surrounding Magic should encourage you to play more Magic, not to go, I should stop playing because it's the correct thing to do. We had some really bad beats with our land so far today.
Maybe yours will exception for you.
Rage out of land, right? if you actually drop 30 a day, where I'm good to not play anymore, which is funny or sad, depending.
I don't like it, but I accept defeat.
Thanks, Admiral. The biggest calming factor, honestly, is just like having chat not be everyone. Like the sub-only chat's just slower, and a lot of the things that like stimulates like the rants and the loud parts on stream are people not following rules. Just like the bad PR surrounding enforcing rules is also not good. Wow, that's unfortunate. I think we're dead. I don't know if I can beat this experimental frenzy. Yeah, definitely not without another land. Yeah, I'm gonna be, actually, this is something, I should have mentioned this more throughout the day. For my subs, if you didn't hear me say it earlier, be sure to check your email or pop into the subs Discord this evening. I'm gonna be sending out my quarterly sub survey tonight to ask questions about which formats you enjoy seeing played on stream. I'm gonna ask questions about the sub-only chat and a couple other things. There's like 4 or 5 multiple choice questions and then an open answer question to fill in your random thoughts about the stream. Yeah, we've been in sub-only chat since, Monday. You can find all of my deck lists that we've played today on my Stream Decker page. They'll also be up on my YouTube and my website later tonight, as well as always. How do you create your decks for best of 3? Do you net deck or what? It's a mix of things. So a lot of the decks that we play are viewer submitted deck lists, but we also have build around submissions where I'm familiar with cards of the format, so I create a starting point, and then we go from there after playing games with it. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to non-rotating formats on Arena. For the format question, I'm going to do like I did in December, where it's check all the formats that you sub to support, and then I also let you mark your favorite. So you can check all the ones that you like, and then pick the one that you like the most. So it's like pseudo-ranked. Anywho, as far as this deck goes, I think my biggest comment would be, I think there's enough aggressive decks in this format that not having Baffling Ends in the main deck is probably a mistake. I think after playing these games, I would probably do this. I would get rid of the Precog, I would get rid of Unabsorb, and I would move these 2 negates to the board. And I think I'd get all these Baffling Ends into the main deck, or like 3 plus a 3rd Deputy. I basically just felt like I was struggling to be interactive in a lot of the more aggressive matchups. And I feel like those are the matchups where you really can't afford to stumble. And things like Dovin's Acuity and Precog and Sphinx, these cards give us longevity in the matchups where we need to grind. And then post-board against those decks, we have a lot of good tools to grind more. So I feel like I would want to set my main deck up better to be better suited in the matches like Red, where they're going to run us over. I think we also ran a little bit bad in the couple matches that we lost. Like, we had a lot of, like, we just kept 2 landers and never found our 3rd land. A takeaway that I basically say every time we talk about this card is, this card was really impressive. I'm really, especially if they change the mulligan rule, I think we're going to see a lot of this card. It seems very reasonable. All right, what are we doing next? We've got a bit of I don't know if I'd call it a meme